Shalom. I want to give Call Allah Al Yahweh Shemi Al Washai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who feed and nourish us through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Al Washai. And salutations, shalom, and blessings to you sincere brothers out there. Just an article I stumbled across a couple days ago. And I'm just now getting around to doing this lesson. But it was published on June or July 29th. I'm gonna just read it and get a quick scripture. Nothing too major, but just Esau's working his work, man. And this is from RT.com, and the article is titled Ohio court strikes down law banning cops from having sex with minors. Just the title, the title of the article itself is just like, what the fuck, man. But we're gonna read it. Ohio's Supreme Court has ruled that it is unconstitutional to hold police officers' sexual conduct with minors to higher standards than those applied to the general population based on their profession alone. The divided 3-4 decision passed on Thursday overturned a 2-year sentence of former Whitey or Whitey, whatever how you pronounce it, Hill police officer Matthew Mole, who was convicted by the state in 2012 for having a sexual encounter with a 14-year-old boy. Sodomite at that. Alright. The teen, identified as JS in court papers, hooked up with Mo, who was 35 at the time, through a dating application. He told Mo that he was 18 and a high school senior. The fact that Mo was a peace officer was not known to JS until after their encounter. Mo faced separate charges under unlawful sexual conduct law, which prohibits people age 18 or older from having sex with the minor between 13 and 15, and under the sexual battery statute, which prohibits sex with the minor by members of certain professions if the age difference between them is more than 2 years. All right. The first charge required that the alleged officer knew the minor's age or acted recklessly in that regard. In Mo's case, the charge was put before a jury, which deadlocked, leading to a mistrial. The second charge, on the other hand, requires that the state only to prove that there was sex between the alleged officer and the minor. Mo was tried by the bench, found guilty of sexual battery, and convicted to 2 years in prison, which he has since served. Mo appealed the conviction, arguing that the sexual battery statute was aimed at protecting minors from being taken advantage of by adults in a position of authority over them, like legal guardians, teachers, or mental health providers. His relationship with JC, they said earlier said JS, well, JC was not occupation based, Mo argued, but the wording of the statute makes it applicable to peace officers regardless and was discriminatory. The eighth District Court of Appeals overturned the conviction, but the state appealed the ruling only for the Supreme Court to side with the District Court of Appeals. We do not agree that a person's status as a peace officer justifies the imposition of different sexual conduct standards for peace officers in circumstances in which the officer's status is irrelevant. Chief Justice Maureen O'Connor wrote, and the jury's failure to convict him of unlawful sexual conduct was a Shalakia, was a minor with a minor makes clear that but for his status as a peace officer, Mo would not be subject to criminal liability for the sexual at uh, at issue at issue in this case. She added, um, descending Justice Sharon Kennedy, a former police officer, said prohibiting police officers from having sex with minors serves as a legitimate state purpose. If a peace officer discovered after the fact that the person with whom he engaged in sexual conduct was a minor, he would have a strong incentive to do whatever is necessary to ensure that his employer never found out, even to the point of compromising his integrity. Moreover, there is the potential for blackmail, which could lead to corrupt behavior or worse. Kennedy wrote. Well, that's the article, but uh, like this shit is crazy, man. A cop having sex with minors and he's not getting convicted of it. He won his appeal only because they couldn't prove that he knew the age of the boy beforehand. And regardless of the fact, he shouldn't be having sex with no fucking boy anyway, man. You know, and that's crazy because a cop is an authority figure over the what's the civilians, so to speak. Because you can arrest him, you can put any type of trumped up charges on him. So he should have been convicted of this shit, man. That shit should have been overturned. But I got a quick scripture, man. This is Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees in that right grievousness which they have prescribed. Yeah, and that's this shit. Like, they're always trying to find loopholes, a way around getting a slap on the wrist for these these sexual deviant motherfuckers, man. Esau, Edomites, man. They're sexual deviants. They love little boys. They love little girls, underage little girls. Before well before they even touch their flower. And then they get a slap on the wrist for it. You get more time for having a quarter ounce of crack than you would for actually sticking your rod in a little boy's anus, man. You'll get less time for being a sex offender than you will for having some dope on you. Like, that's unrighteous as fuck, man. But with that, man, I don't want to, drag this on too much further than it has to be. This is just, case in point, showing you the devil, man. These devils, man. This type of shit that they do, man. With that, I'm gonna give call the law out Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, shalom and blessings to you, sincere brothers out there, man. Just keep your eyes open, keep watching, keep pushing, brothers. Akim, shalom.